This is Korath Landwalker, and this afternoon we have an exciting experience in Star Citizen. Let's see if the screen will come out properly. It does. Good. I am presently at Port Olisar. Once upon a time, Port Olisar was the perhaps primary starting hub for a new player at Star Citizen. And why do I have that message up? That shouldn't be up. I'm not entirely sure why my currently flying banner is up. I keep trying to turn it off and it keeps turning itself back on. I usually have my currently flying on the upper right during an Expo week or Invictus week, you know, when I'm messing around with a whole bunch of different ships. But that is not the case today. Port Olisar is here in the Crusader planetary orbit. Used to be the primary hub of new players, but that stopped happening probably because the Port Olisar pads are open to space and some people are just jerks and basically rammed their ships into landed ships, and rude. So Olisar is no longer on that list of starting player positions. Of course, as I understand it, Olisar is also due to be scrapped at some point, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, over the last number of weeks, I've been doing a lot of violence, shall we say. I've gone after bounties. I've blown up lots of bounties. I've even indulged in some criminal activity recently. But I thought that perhaps today we may take it easy and do something a little more relaxing and a little more interesting than when I last did it, and that is do some mining. The ship of choice for me, and for a lot of people who start out with this sort of thing, will be the MISC Prospector. Now, there are other kinds of mining available. There's hand mining, which I demonstrated a little bit of while I was in prison last week. Not sorry. And there's rock mining, which is to say the ROC mining, where you could go on a four-wheeled vehicle and do some mining in that. But what we're going to do today, however, is a little higher scale. Yes, Cap. The rock is, for those who are unfamiliar with my good friend Cap here, Cap is a big fan of the Grey Cat rock. And why not? Because, honestly, it is probably more consistently profitable than space mining. I mean, that's just the way it is. That may change at some point. It would not surprise me. But, well, I've not had very good luck with the rock myself. I mean, I even attempted to use it during the Aurora MR Challenge a couple of months back, and that went poorly. Cap is presently in prison, and he's going to send me some merits. I guess that bears a little bit of explanation. I mentioned last week that when you're doing the prison system, you can get out early by earning merits. Now, there is a loophole with merits. Usually you lose all your merits when you leave prison. If you do the work, that is. However, you can trade merits to another player, which is what Cap is going to be preparing to do. He figures he's going to earn enough merits that he'll have extra merits to play with, so he's going to trade them to me, and at some point I'll give them back to him when he inevitably lands in prison once again. Because some people are just prison jaybirds. Now, another way you can keep merits is if you escape prison. That's right, you can do all the good deeds in prison and then escape anyway. And then theoretically, you will keep all the merits because the prison system won't have taken them away. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. I can't actually prove this. So, this is the Mist Prospector. It's not exactly a huge ship. It's a little smaller in length, I think, than the Freelancer. But it does have those nice big cargo pods on the side, which theoretically holds ore. Now, I've seen pictures, or I guess the original design was to have these things inflate as they filled up with ore. Well, clearly that didn't happen. No biggie. No biggie. Maybe it's something they'll do in the future, or maybe it's not. Oh, right. I should have checked that too. Now, there are a number, because it's a starship, it has a number of components. And it occurs to me that I have not properly checked to see whether or not I've got the best components I could use. So let's go to my you know, I probably should be seeing a component for a mining laser on here somewhere. Up. Oh! Oh! Whoa! 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 That's not good. Empty. Yeah, I seem to have missed a step somewhere. I think I was trying to be clever for some reason and took off the mining laser. Oops. Let's turn off the engines and get off the pad and store the ship again so I can put on, well, really any mining laser whatsoever. Weren't they supposed to detach as well? Or is that only the mole? I want to say that they detach, or they should detach. That's one of the gameplay features that neither the mole nor the Prospector can do right now, but is supposedly going to happen at some point, where you can detach the cargo pods, and theoretically, they would be taken by some sort of cargo hauling ship and delivered to a refinery. How they would get them in said cargo hauling ships? Oh, that's a good question. I really don't have an answer to that. Future gameplay. Alright. Store Prospector, because I can't alter its components unless it's stored. And then I'm going to hope that I didn't lose all the mining lasers I have available, so I can give it something decent. I bet I took it off because of the whole free flight week. And I wanted to make sure that it didn't vaporize my... But it seems it vaporized all of them, because I don't seem to have any mining laser, including the default mining laser. Grrr. Alright. This is not a problem. This is not a problem. Fortunately, there is a dumper's depot on Port Olisar. So hopefully, you don't think it shows up under weapons? I agree. It shouldn't show up under weapons. I'm used to seeing it showing up under systems.
Hi. Let me know if there's anything I can help
But
you with.
it's not here. I got propulsion, I got systems, I got weapons. And that's it. I don't even have a miscellaneous. That's right. I think it used to be under miscellaneous. And I don't even have a miscellaneous tab. And that's it. Paint, weaponry, systems, propulsion. And that's it. Something is very, very wrong here. The server might be sick. Might be getting desync. Oh, that's an ominous sign. what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to grab... Oh, let's see. Let's take a look at the available mining lasers. And we'll do something relatively cheap, just to see whether or not it actually works. We'll grab the Lancet. I seem to keep hearing... Oh, that work? Yeah, that'll work. It's cheap. It's nothing fancy. And let's see if I can equip it. If I can equip it, then I can go for something that's a little bit better. If it doesn't, then, as they say in professional football, I will drop back 10 and punt. I don't even have that. I can't equip a mining laser. At all. This is very... Hey, useless fiend! Yes, I am in space. Specifically, I am on a space station, Port Olisar, and I am attempting to figure out why my mining vessel doesn't have a mining laser equipped. It is, in fact, empty. I don't even have it on my selection list. I hope things are going well with you today. Well, this is disturbing in all kinds of ways. It's going to be awful hard to do any mining if I can't equip a mining laser. This is very disappointing. Looks like I'm going to have to take out my frustration on some innocent bounties here. They made me angry. So somebody has to pay. And for giggles, as always, always pick up call to arms. This is very distressing. Okay, well, since I'm not at my usual location for this sort of thing, I can't be using the... Well, I probably can't be using... Yeah, I can't be using the Andromeda, which is my usual go-to to deal with high-end bounties now. But fortunately, I have other alternatives available. Of course, some of those alternatives are not available here. We'll grab the Harbinger. The Harbinger is listed as a heavy fighter. It's not my favorite ship, but it does have a number of advantages I find useful, like missiles. A fairly decent variety of them. I don't know if it's the server, I don't know if my ship is bugged. I don't know why the Prospector is hosing me. I was going to do a nice, peaceful day of mining asteroids. I was all prepared to eschew violence and put it aside, live a life of peace and harmony. And then this happens. Alright. No more Mr. Nice Guy. The manufacturers only have themselves to blame. Now, I take out my rage on my chosen targets. Maybe a return crit will do better. Or maybe I'll have to hop servers. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Cap is going to eventually check to see if his mining vessel, the Argo Mole, which is a substantially larger mining vessel, he'll see if he has any trouble with his mining lasers. I want to say that my problems began because of the Free Flight Week. Free Flight Week included the Prospector, and that was so I ended up with 2 Prospectors, and that was why I took the mining lasers off my Prospector in the first place, because I wasn't sure when the cleanup eventually happened which of the two ships it would take. The one with my highly expensive mining laser, or the one that they appended for the free flight. Don't know the answer, and it seems that in being clever, I got too clever, and now I don't have a mining laser. Yes, that is exactly right, Feedy. I was going to mine peacefully, and now I might as well murder the hell out of people. It doesn't take much to push me to the dark side. Now, let's take a quick look at the weapon systems here, shall we? I have on here 15 missiles. So clearly I'm equipped to hurt people from a distance. I also have a number of cannons on this ship. Some of them are gimbaled, but I find that the best way to deal with them is to lock them. Well, not use the gimbals, but to use the locked fixed position. I stubbed my toe. Time to destroy a planet. Let's just say that it's a good thing that, as of yet, there are no Death Stars in the game. Yet. No, I don't have any special information about them bringing in planet-busting weapons or anything like that. But neither would it surprise me. Really, as long as I have a ship that's capable of reducing a city to slag, that would be sufficient for my use. Just one specific city, and really only one specific location. Specifically, the hangar control at Lorville, who deserve all the pain I can inflict on them. It's possible that I might be petty. And there's my target. Hurricane. You know what, actually, I don't want to use those particular missiles. Those missiles might be a little too much overkill. I'm not sure the missile fired. The Vanguard Harbinger is not exactly what you would call a high maneuverability ship. It's basically relying upon raw power. So when you're fighting something that's more agile, it gets a little more challenging. That said, the hits do tend to be a little more consequential. Subdue bounty complete. And a little less than 13,000. This was not a group bounty, it was a single target bounty, so, you know, nothing major, nothing horribly difficult. And the irony here is, this moon, Yella, was where I was planning on taking my mining ship because of the high asteroid content. Ah, more targets. Time to make them pay. Ah, came too close. I was hoping to get some missiles on them, but there is a minimum distance they have to be at before missiles work, so... Yeah, going head-to-head against the Vanguard is usually considered a poor life decision. Usually. Especially if you're in a stealth fighter like a Saber. Now, a Freelancer Miss, on the other hand, this guy's a missile mode. To be honest, I'm surprised he hasn't thrown any missiles at me yet. Could be he spawns in too close. It's probably the same reason I'm not throwing missiles at him. And get a little bit of cash off that. I'm still miffed about the inability to equip my mining laser. It's not a rental. I picked it up in game. I should be able to select the MISC tab. Yeah, see, here we go. See, this ship has a miscellaneous tab. It shows all the missile ports and all that. I should see one for the Prospector, too. But it goes, there's no miss tab. I wonder if there's a bug that I can't even see why it would have happened, though. Grrr. Let me take a quick peek over at the RSI website and see if anybody's reported a missing mining laser tab. I'll just take a quick peek at their forum because usually if people are going to complain about something, it will be the first thing that shows up on the... Oh no, I'm not seeing anything listed in here. Issue Council? Meanwhile, I'm just flying straight ahead, hoping that nobody jumps out at me and starts shooting at me while I'm not looking. It would be rude. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing this kind of thing while the game is currently in stream is going. It can wait. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I don't want to necessarily go with the ultraviolence today, so let's see if there's anything more interesting. Well, ultraviolence has many terms. Okay, let's try this. I almost never do this one, so this could be a little more interesting. We have a number of missions that are called unauthorized surveillance detected. And basically, you go to these comm arrays, and you basically... Okay, you're still blowing things up. But you've got to scan for things, stop data transfers. I have never actually completed one of these missions. So, hey, sounds like a good thing to try out here today. So what I'll do is I will take a look if the map works. Ah, I see Cap has transferred the merits because I know I didn't have 5721 merits when I started out today. Otherwise, they would have went away earlier. And let's see if I can find the communication satellite. It looks like it's in Selin. Yes, it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over here, and we're going to scan for these surveillance satellites, and we're going to blow them up before they can send their data out. In order to do this, I will have to scan them down. Now, once I begin my attack run, I will have a very, very short window of time to take them out. So let's find out. I'm going to scan mode here, and I'm going to do a pulse. And I seem to have found one already, which is not what I was hoping for, because I was hoping that I would find more first. Well, if it's gotta be, it's gotta be. Let's see if I can make him go away fast. One down. I am overkilling like crazy. Where is this satellite? I have little over 4 minutes to locate the remaining satellites, and oh, there's another one. I hope. Accelerate to attack speed. There we are. This may work out easier than thought. It helps that I'm not even bothering to engage them with guns. I'm just hitting them with missiles and saying, eh. Two down. One to go, and... Oh, that's not... a caterpillar. Seriously? I'm being attacked by a caterpillar. He's here to distract me. That's my target. Oh, why is my landing gear deployed? Get that back up. This is the guy I want to take out. I can deal with those guys in a minute. Come on, get me a little closer. There we go. And that takes care of the uploads, which means now it's time to deal with more annoying details, like their defenders. And since I have call to arms active, I will be paid. Cutlass Black. Well, I have no qualms about destroying one of those, but I seem to have broken his front parts off. And now I've broken the rest of him off. Not even bothering the missiles on these guys. And finally, we're getting that caterpillar. Had to step away a minute. Mining angle didn't work. No, it did not. I still could not get the mining laser equipped. The mining laser, the very tab that the mining laser is supposed to be on, miscellaneous tab, doesn't seem to exist anymore for the Prospector, or at least not for my Prospector. I found that upsetting. And so I'm taking my abuse, my anger and rage out on these poor innocent people who are spying on this ComSat. Okay, maybe they weren't poor and innocent, but... Well, he's kind of got pretty decent shields, don't he? What's that other target over there? Freelancer miss. You know what? I think I want to take him out quickly because he's got missiles and I'm at missile firing range. Of course, if I'm in his range, he's also in mine. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, he's having a bad day. And apparently, Cap's mole is showing all of its stuff normally. Yeah, tab to left of propulsion. Yeah, all his stuff is working. I'm jealous. I just have to content myself with taking my pain out on people who have been anti-social. Really, guys, I was hoping to be peaceful and non-violent today, and instead you have pushed me too far. I gotta admit, though, this caterpillar is tanking my fire pretty well. don't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage, and his shields certainly don't seem like they're being hit. We can tag team the mole. You know what? I think I will take you up on that offer, Cap. Let me head over to Olisar after I get away from this annoying caterpillar. Aiming towards the comsat. Don't want to do that. I'd hate for them to arrest me after I went to the effort of helping them out. Now, if I were using the Constellation, I would probably be able to paste that caterpillar, but that was not my plan. So, where are you located, Cap? And I'll come to your location. I'm guessing you're probably around the Hurston area, since last I heard you were getting out of jail. Everest Harbor. No need, I've got the Mercury sitting in Olisar, so I should be able to travel the distance fairly quickly. Yeah, that's always a problem. Sometimes we have a little trouble remembering that when we get out of prison or switch servers or something like that, or even go from third-person view or something like that. Are we mining? I'm good with Yella too. I'm easy. Was someone talking about... Oh, right. Another little bug sometimes when you're talking in chat, you'll also be working with the MFD you were most recently on. Oops, too fast, too fast, too fast. Yes, I know I'm obstructing a parking area, thank you. There we go. I'm going to be located on strut B. But really land wherever's convenient. I will certainly be able to spacewalk to any strut you land upon. So y'all are going to, everyone watching is going to be having a special bonus today. You'll be able to see a ship that I usually don't fly, which is the Argo Mole. So you'll be able to see what it's like to deal with the currently top-line mining starship. Of course, I want to close this door here, but it doesn't. You know what? Hell with that door. If that door wants to stay open, fine. As long as the ramp is closed and I store the ship, who cares? I am still really miffed about that Prospector. I am not going to let that go. Then we have a guy who can't get through the door unless I get here. Some of these NPCs can open doors and go through them, and some of them just walk into the door and it doesn't open, and they just keep walking and walking. Which, honestly, gives me a very low opinion of the average IQ of the civilians in the Stanton star system. Or, to put it another way, I think many of them are as dumb as stumps. Although I might be insulting stumps that way. While I await Cap's arrival, I'll take a moment to go into a little detail on mining materials. So we'll just hop over here a moment, and we have this extremely boring screen here because all it has is text. Let's see about zooming in a bit. There, easier to read even on the smaller screens you have. bartenders are even lower still with their IQ. You're not kidding, Cap. You're not kidding. What you see on the screen right now are the 7 best types of ores to mine on asteroids or really with a prospector or mole. Quantinium, bexelite, terranite, borace, laranite, agricium, and hephaestonite. Now, the top of the chain is Quantinium, and you'll see that star next to it. Because Quantinium, at the moment, is the sole type of ore that can kill you. Let me be more exact. Quantinium is an unstable ore, so the moment you collect it, it starts reacting. And if you don't get it to a refinery in an absurdly short period of time, it will explode. Now, if you have not gotten it to a refinery in time, that explosion will be on board your ship. This is a bad thing. Because what happens right after that is it blows up, and if you're really, really unlucky, so will your ship. That would be considered a bad thing. Oh, unfortunately, I seem to have a tiny problem with Cap at the moment. I have Cap as a member of the party here, but I don't see his party marker anymore. Quite possibly because he wound up in jail earlier, and that may have very well have killed his marker for me. Let's see if I can kind of convince it to open communications again. Sometimes this has worked, and sometimes it does not. Ooh, and there's Cap, and he's not wearing a helmet. How brave. And now I'm going to end the communication. And then I'm going to hope that his party marker has come back. Well, it was worth a try. He sees several problems with himself. Nah, don't say that. 8 minutes out. Oh, you're driving the mole here, aren't you? Perhaps that was not the best tactic. Well, let's go back to the Prospector. Maybe it magically fixed itself. The definition of insanity. Continuing to try the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I'm still not getting my different result. I got propulsion, I got systems, I got weaponry, I got paint. What do I not have? The miscellaneous slot that holds the stinking mining laser. And so I have a broke ship. Now, I suppose if I were really masochistic, I would do a character reset, and maybe that would take care of the problem. But really, that's kind of like using a howitzer to swat a fly. It's overkill. Especially for a vessel that, honestly, I don't use very often. Grrr. Okay, well, how do we deal with... Oh, 8 million kilometers. 1 million kilometers. Okay, he's left. I was getting ready to figure how am I going to kill 8 minutes here, but I see that he's already en route. So let me go out to the landing pads out here. We'll see where he lands. I'm predicting he's going to land on 0-0. Well, maybe not. It's a large ship, but it's not really huge. But what I'll do is I'm going to go to the ones that are on the top floor here, and that way I can just jump out one side once in. Well, clearly it's not this particular side. It would be so much easier if, I had a party marker that worked, but unfortunately, that ship has sailed. Oh, there it is. Pad 1. Okay. Oh, I am presently on pad. Oh, that looked like a rough landing. Are you hanging over the side of the pad? And he's bouncing. See, this is why I like using auto land. You avoid some of the more embarrassing moments. Now, this is the Argo Mole. And like I mentioned earlier, this is the top line mining vessel at the moment. Auto land key, usually it's holding down the N key, which is the same one that lowers and raises your landing gear. As long as you're hovering above a landing pad, close enough to the landing pad. Olisar has a pretty forgiving height requirement. It has a lot more cargo pods than the Prospector does, as you can see under here. Oh, he's even got the elevator open for me. How's that for courtesy? And it has not one, not two, but three mining lasers. Now let's see if I can remember how to move around here. Over to the sides here are the side mining laser bays. I'm not going to go into one of them yet because we're going to be quantuming to some mysterious location. And I don't want to fall out of the ship. That kind of thing has happened. Now, over to the side here, we have not only the door to the other mining laser, well, the second mining laser, we also have the ladder up to the crew deck. So one of these is a door. There we go. And you've got your dining area. You've got your habitation. I believe that's this way. Yep. Multiple bunks. And, there's a body in the closet! Close that door, close that door! That was Cap. I expected him to be sitting over up here, the flight deck. Well, past the refining area. Down here is the third turret, which the pilot will often use. Puffin Mug, hello, welcome to my stream. Currently, we are on board a friend of mine's mining vessel, the Argo Mole. And we're going to be doing a little bit of space mining. Up here is where I expected to find Cap, the flight deck. We have the pilot and co-pilot seats. I'm going to have a seat in the co-pilot seat. Destroyed. No, not quite that dangerous, perhaps. It is a big ship, but it's not huge, and its danger is mostly in the fact that it has a bunch of mining lasers. Most ships that stand still long enough for a mining laser to do it damage probably deserves to blow up. We have VTOL capability, and we are going to zap over to the moon of Yella, and more precisely to the asteroid belt. Ah, right, that makes sense. Sometimes I'm a little slow. Yes, we are deaf to asteroids here. Oh, Cap was telling me I could drive. No, I'm fine. It's good just being here. Although I will power on this station, so I'm not completely blind. There we go.
Systems activating. Systems on.
One day, the co-pilot seat will be able to actually operate as a co-pilot and fly when the pilot is not in his seat. Because, that's kind of what a co-pilot is supposed to do. But it doesn't seem to work like that in this game yet. Sir, don't like asteroids much. Is there a spot to go other than out the Riphex? Well, sometimes I'll go to an orbital marker, and then I'll just head towards the asteroids at top speed. Of course, I'm usually flying a Prospector, which is not so massive as a mole, and therefore it's a ship that can slow down faster than a mole. But on the other hand, we seem to have minables ahead anyway, so let's see what they have. Now, ironically, I do believe that I can scan from one of the mining stations. So why don't I go down to one of the mining turrets and see if it will let me do a scan pulse. I will grab one of the downstairs ones because, again, you want the pilot to be able to get that first middle one. Door. I'm only looking at the door. How can I possibly see it? So we're going to go down the ladder. And since I'm right next to it, we'll go to this particular turret. Open the door. Open the door. That's a bad sign. Oh, there we go. For a minute there, I thought that was a sign of a server crash coming. Bullet dodged. We're going to deploy the turret here. Okay, I should be able to power on. Awesome, it does have scan pulse capability, so... And we are still 881.2 kilometers away. Hey, legends! So far, so good. We're doing some mining in a mole here. Puffin, you are not wrong. Star Citizen is a beautiful looking game. I feel compelled to mention that it is still in alpha. Oh, thank you for following, Puffin. Glad to have you. There are bugs in this game. It's still in an alpha state, and therefore it has more bugs than the Starship Troopers movie. But it has been consistently fun. There is a lot you can do even within the limits of the game. We're about to do some space mining. Last week I was doing criminal activity, where I was basically breaking prisoners out of prison transports and disabling communication satellites and basically going on a life homicide and crime, and wound up in prison and had to work my way out of that too. The weeks before that, I was spending time doing what I call the Aurora MR Challenge, where I took the starter package, a $45 package of the Aurora MR Starship, and earned enough money to earn a medium-sized ship, the Cutlass Black. And I was able to do that primarily by doing a number of bounty missions or mining or delivery missions, just to show that you do not have to pledge zillions of dollars into this game to have a good time and to fly many of the ships around you. Let's see, Legend played a few hours this morning and was doing the Hammerhead group bounties in an eclipse. Yeah, that'll pay well. Hammerheads are usually considered anti-fighter platforms. There are a lot of them. And the Eclipse is a stealth bomber ship which carries some seriously large missiles. In other words, the perfect ship for a Hammerhead bounty. I never really flown the Eclipse as much myself. Are we even moving? What Cap is seeing and what I am seeing are different things right now, which is a bad sign, because that means we're definitely out of sync here. I thought there was something funny going on by the fact that, it didn't look like we were moving at all. And that's not supposed to happen. So this is not a good sign. Did I say something about bugs? I meant bugs. Oh, and apparently Legend's also been doing some player bounties. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I went the wrong way. What have I done? Where's... Okay, calm down. Don't panic. Ah! Okay, well, I can guarantee you that I'm not going to have much of a problem anymore with your ship, Cap. Yeah, I did not think this through. Hello out there. It's awfully dark out here. Very quiet. On the other hand, I think we've gotten closer to some asteroids because I can see them now. Where am I? I'll give you a hint. I am surrounded by nothing metallic. What happened was, I was looking to try to go up to the crew deck, and okay, so you clearly made it to the asteroids. I was trying to get to the crew deck. Unfortunately, my brain, for some reason, was thinking I needed to use the elevator for that instead of the ladder. And as you might recall, the elevator is not going up. And in trying to reactivate the ladder, I became, shall we say, unattached. We'll say unattached. And now I'm dealing with the joys of extravehicular activity 885 kilometers away from my Capistar to Quantum to my current location. Oh, gee, that means he can see my marker. Yes, Legend, I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Yes. Ah, that rascally rabbit. But Earth was obstructing my view of Venus. All right, there's the ship that just flew by me. Way by me. Well, at least he looks reasonably close. At least in astronomical terms. Oh, I'm approaching too quick, which means I better... Oh, he's approaching me too quick. No! Okay, don't panic. The good news is he didn't accidentally kill me. That's good. Let's see, am I at the top or the bottom of the sphere? Okay, I'm at the bottom. That's good. Now all I gotta do now is find... Oh! There's the elevator. The accursed elevator. My nemesis. Curse your sudden and inevitable betrayal. Curse your sudden and inevitable betrayal. Oh no! We are not accepting charges on Cap. It wasn't his fault. I've been murdered by the Argo Pole. Yes, that happened. But hey, look at the bright side. You can see a little more of the location here. This is Port Olisar, which used to be the starting location for new players. It's not anymore because of some players being unpleasant people. I still don't have Cap's markers, so... I'll see if I can meet up with you, Cap, if I can generally guess where you're at. Let's see, let's find something disposable. Like the Cutlass Black. Oh, did you just drop party? Okay, let's try that again then. Let's bring up. This. Having a party. Hey, you're a PO. Boy, that you got here fast. I guess I can store the cutlass now. Oh, I got murdered by an elevator. Another one for the files there for entertaining and graphic deaths. Now, Cap is telling me that I should put it on my list of homicidal ships like anything from Drake, but I'm beginning to wonder that maybe I've been wronging Drake all this time. Maybe it's not Drake's ships that's my problem. Maybe it's going on board Cap's ships that is my problem. Oh, there we are. Hello, elevator, my nemesis. We meet again. It just looks at me tauntingly, the blinking light there, just saying, "Come aboard. I won't hurt you much." No, I'm going to apologize to the folks at Drake Interplanetary, possibly, because obviously, since it seems to be every time I get on board your ships that I end up killed, of course, your elevator doesn't want to let me in. You know, I'm beginning to take this very personally. Don't die. I hear that, Puffin. I hear that. I would love to drive. Honestly, I would. But I seem to have a minor technical problem here. Oh. What was that? I think we are seriously desynced. You can't come down, I can't go up. Cap, I think it's time for us to jump servers. Because clearly this server hates us. Hell, Legends Cuddy has never assassinated him. Yeah, Puff, there's a bit of a backstory here, Puffin. You see, sometimes when you're getting on board a Cutlass Black, if you're doing it from a zero-G environment, it kills you. Now, we're not quite sure why. I guess it has to do with the way you're standing, or if you're not aligned properly, or if you're coming in too high or too low. But you can get killed by those things by accident. And that is what we're referring to when we talk about the Cutlass assassinating legend there. Really, the Cutlass may not be to blame itself. It has to do with the mechanics of Star Citizen's zero-G stuff. Now, I'll take a moment to add, just because I know it'll be a poke at Cap and Legend here, I would like to add that we don't have this problem on the Freelancer. You open the door, you say, zero-G entry, and you just go right on in, smooth as silk. No chance of being murdered by your starship. That's because Freelancers are awesome. So, go Misk, down with Drake. It has been brought to you. This message is sponsored by the Musashi Industrial Spaceflight Concerns. Oh, the Sentinel has a good body count against Legend too. Yeah, I can see that. The Sentinel is a heavy fighter, and it's a Vanguard like the Harbinger I was demonstrating earlier. The difference being that it has a EMP as opposed to missile weapons. But like the Harbinger, it has a ramp to go into, and if you try to go into it in zero-G, it can be dangerous. You know, I find a great deal of personal amusement in the fact that we're an hour into the stream that I was going to set aside for mining, and I've yet to mine a single rock. Speaking of which, let's see if swapping servers has helped my Prospector any. Nope, still no miscellaneous tab. I still cannot access any mining lasers. I need to talk to the manufacturer and demand a refund. You gave me a defective Prospector. Let's see, I'd have to go back to New Deal at Loreville to complain. C2, oh yes, this looks like my party color did not get I need to fix that again. Bang. Okay, C2, C2. When I think of C2, I think of the C2 Hercules, which will be coming out in a couple months. Patience, I'm coming. Maybe this time, the elevator will not attempt to murder us. Well, murder me. Let's go out to the side here, just in case. Does Cap fear the elevator too? Does the elevator not want to play? Ah. And there we are. I was beginning to say, are we seeing an invisible elevator now? Because, you know, I was beginning to get ready to say, fate clearly does not want me to mine today. Alright. Let's see. Elevator, not elevator. Ladder. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Let's not make the mistake again of going out the elevator when I should be going out the ladder. Ah! Okay, okay, I'll drive. Enter your pilot seat. Walk into the ring of light and face forward. The button is invisible. Or maybe you just have to use the force. Okay, we can do that. Reach out with my feelings.
Systems activating.
Your senses can deceive you. Don't trust them. Well, that much is true, given the fact that, you know, I was apparently 885 kilometers away from where I thought I was.
Launch complete.
Bring up landing gear. Kill the VTOL.
Landing gear up.
And let's get ourselves to Yella. Now, one of the things I'm not a real fan of on Drake's ships is the fact that it uses a 2D radar. I like the 3D radars on allow the more sophisticated starships, like a Freelancer, for example,
Quantum travel engaged.
because it gives you a nice, good, relatively 3D view of your surroundings. Plus, it gives you a good directional indicator as to where you need to point for your destinations. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to pop us to one of the orbital markers. Because I don't want to go on the obvious path, because that's where people might go lurking to try to do horrible things. Okay, next step, we're going to go completely suicidal and go at top speed in a massive mining vehicle. Because I'm crazy. And there are, as you can see, we have a nice ring around the moon of Yella, and some of the rocks in this ring will contain mineable materials. That's the good news. Bad news is there are extremely high odds that the mining materials will be garbage. I showed the screen earlier showing some of the higher end rocks available, but I am not counting on seeing said higher end rocks. Oops! And apparently we are going far closer to one than I expected we would. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes!
Engines to hot.
We didn't need those engines anyway. Because why not, right? Yeah, I got that right. Let's see. This thing doesn't have brakes. Oh, but there's one that's in front of me. I like this one better. Oh, we're surrounded by good some rocks. That's good. That's good. So we'll be able to pick and choose. Now, hopefully we'll get close enough that I can actually focus scan and determine what the rocks are made out of. Oh, and it turns out that may not be the rock I wanted. Yo, what are brakes? Okay, that 10-kilometer... Oh, hold on, this one. This is promising. Oh, okay, here we go, here we go. Once we're close enough, you'll see that the little rock symbol shows up here, and I will be able to focus scan on it and determine what it has in it. And we have some... Well, it's not great. Apparently, this rock is 12% phasetonite, which is one of the ones that are on the list, but it's on the really lower end of that scale. I think we can do better. That would also go under the category of famous last words. So let's continue moving forward and see if another asteroid will have something more interesting. What we would like to do is avoid rocks that have a whole bunch of inert material, because inert material is basically dirt. Complete, utter, useless dirt. You get no credits for them whatsoever. We want to mine ore, minerals, the good stuff. And what the heck am I just passing on to my right here? Oh, it's still the same distance though, so I don't feel so bad. Now the high-end stuff I mentioned earlier, the Quantinium, very high-end and highly volatile. It will pay a great deal of money, but it's very dangerous. Dangerous as in, yes, it can kill you. Sometimes these scans give you some highly variable distances. Okay, we have a guy who's scannable here, and laranite, but it's only 1% laranite. And then you got tungsten. If we're going to be perfectionist about this, I'm going to be sorry. Give me something better than 1%. No, not that one. That's 20 kilometers away. Oh, is there a rock over here, or is that the same one I was escaping? That was just the same one I was escaping. Oh, hold on. We do have one that's 4,000 this way. There we are. Oh, we have a number of rocks this way. Oh, 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 look at all that. All right now. This has the potential of being interesting. Oh. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, we have a number of potential prospects here. Laranite, 1%. Yeah, be sure to tilt the nose a bit where we get them. Yes, I'm familiar with the fact that the lasers are all basically underside. 9% Laranite. Okay, I think we have a winner. Try to get a little closer to it. And we're going to go a little bit above. Are you on a turret now, Cap? Okay. There is a one that is right in front of us that has 10% Laranite. So we're going to try to get that one first and hope that we can get something useful out of this. I'm going to go out of the pilot seat and go down this ladder to the central mining laser. And hopefully I will not fall out of the turret. Because this mole is evil. And it sounds like Cap has already started kicking things off here, because I can hear something blazing. He'll go for that one, and I will go for this one. Now you'll see the way this interface works is on the left-hand side there's an arc where I can change laser intensity. On the right-hand side it'll show me the level of charge. And basically, as I cut into the rock, the charge level should rise. Now what we'll want to do is get that charge level into the green area, which is optimal, which will split the rock. We do not want to go into the red, because the red is, well, it says it right there, overcharged. When that happens, we are likely to explode the rock. And when that happens, horrible things are going to happen. Will do. I will do the modulation. Yes, you open up the full, and I will do adjusting. In hindsight, perhaps I should have gotten closer. I wonder if I have access to... Well, apparently I don't have access to doing over talking. I see that we are in the green while I was trying to fiddle around with the power, so we're going to... There we go. Rock is split open. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to find out which part has the valuable stuff and which ones not so much. This one has tungsten. This one has nothing but inert. This one has tungsten. One behind it has 10% Laranite, so that's one possibility. 100% Laranite for this guy, so Cap is going to crack that one open. And, okay, so we're going to try to crack open this one here with a 10% Laranite. Cap clearly has the good one. Now, the mole has 3 mining lasers, which means the mole is capable of hitting 3 rocks at once or concentrating fire on a single rock. The capability of the mining laser is impacted by the type of mining laser and by the size of the rock, the mass. There's also a resistance score that also increases difficulty. Now, you'll see that Cap has begun extracting out the minerals. That's why he had the different colored bead as opposed to the color that I'm using right now. I'm playing it a little overly cautious with this rock, I guess, so I'm in the optimal range now, so I can start dropping the power, and basically I'll fiddle with the power until we get things split open. At that point, there should be parts that are capable of extraction, and hopefully the part with Laranite will not be too horrible. Tungsten? No. 33% Laranite, 22% tungsten. That may be the one, but let's check the other ones out. Tungsten, already got that one. Center. Tungsten. Yeah, it looks like there's only going to be one that has it. Oh, what about this one? Tungsten. So it looks like we only have one that's going to be... Oh, 51% Laranite. Yeah, I want that one. And then we had the other one over here that had 33%. Alright, and I think that was pretty much it for the good stuff on that particular asteroid. See, he had 1% Laranite on that rock. What about this one? 3%. This one is 1%, and this one 10% Facenite. Well, maybe. This one is 8% Facenite, and this one is 17% Facenite. You good with what do you like, Cap? This is your ship and your cargo capacity. What rock do you like to crack open here? We certainly have no shortage of prospects. He's never patient. Grab one. Alright, tell you what. I want to go after one of the ones over on the... that's a good point. If I'm going after one of the ones on the right-hand side, you're probably not going to be able to hit it because you're left-hand mining laser. So, with that in mind, let's go after that one with the 1% Laranite. Maybe we can crack it open and get the Laranite part of it out. Yeah, we might have to get closer. Yeah, I was just thinking that exact same thing, Cap. I'll tell you what. I'm going to hop out of this seat, and I'm going to get us closer to some of those Facenite deposits, because they're 20% Facenite or close to it. So we'll have, hopefully, a better yield. So we're going to go up the ladder. Climb. Oh, no, not the ladder again. Although it could be worse. It could have been the elevator. My old enemy. Alright, let's drift this to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. And that'll get pretty much all the rocks in the right-hand side's firing arc. Sorry, the left-hand side's firing arc. Ugh. Must remember how to determine left and right. I may have chosen poorly there. Alright. Back in the saddle. All right. Scan results aren't happening. Uh-oh. This could be a bad sign. Are you able to... Oh, there we go. Got stuff scanning now. Although I can't scan the new ones. That's a little worrisome. Now this is where I come up with a bad feeling about this. Why does that keep coming up? Far away? Maybe. Let me see if I can reach out and touch one of these guys. Though if it's too far away for you, it's going to probably be too far away for the girl. So I'll try to get a little closer in on these guys and see if we can't... I like the too far away theory better than my theory, which is 30k incoming. So let's hope that I'm wrong. Now let me see if I can scan these guys over here now that I've gotten closer. Because if I can see them from this size... Yeah, I can't scan these guys either. Asteroids have always been problematic for scanning. Yeah, that could also be a problem. Okay, let me angle the nose up to make sure that everybody who needs to can hit it with the mining lasers. I'm seeing a lot of complaints in chat, and I'm a little worried about that. Do you want to get something to eat? No problem. Take it easy, Puffin. Thank you for joining my stream. Hope to catch you next time around. Alright. Let's see if we can't get this to... Okay, looks like Cap is locked in on our 8% Facenite. Can you get the one to the right of that, Cap? Because that one has 17% Facenite. And 17% is always better. Oh, come on, we've got to be in range. I'm not getting anything on this guy. Okay, let's try that one you were doing earlier. Maybe that one will work. Okay, this is a bad sign. We've got 2 mining lasers, presumably on full power. And the charge level isn't even twitching. And we're less than 400 meters away. Yeah. Apparently, we either have to get a lot closer than I think we have to, or those asteroids are really putting up a fight, or something horrible is about to happen. I'm hoping to miss the something horrible part. I hear Cap working his way to the pilot seat. 17% one. This is the one we want. We are 210 meters away from it. Okay, I'm seeing a charge. That's a good sign. So apparently we have to be a lot closer than one would expect to put a crack on this thing. I guess I tend to overestimate the mole's lasers on this one. I've been known to get pretty close to an asteroid in Prospector, but things look so much bigger when you're into Prospector. Mainly because the Prospector is a smaller ship. Now, let's see if we can crack this thing open. Almost there. Almost there. Optimal. Now must be cautious with the controls. And there it goes. Now, let's see what we've got. 8%. Yeah, that one sucks. This one is worse. This one is 30%. I like the look on that one. 15. And 49%. Oh, we like this one. Oh, wrong button. 49% face night. Yeah, we like that one. So we're going to keep it in the green. And hope it shatters and we'll be able to extract out an even bigger percentage of the facetonite from the pieces left over. 73%. I like 73%. What's this one? 11%. I don't like that one nearly as much. 60%. I like 60%. As long as I can pull over 50% of raw material as opposed to inert material, I'm okay. 31% is a hard one to go with. I have to think. I think we need to think about. Oh, that one sucks completely. 100% inert. Oh, no way. Yes, that 30% one is probably the best one to hit next because the other ones are not nearly as fun. Yeah, primary. Let's hope the split on this works out pretty good. 30%. That one stunk. 0.77. Oh, that one's just as bad. 96%. Is that one back there? That's nerve materials. Well, we might as well crack this one and see if we can convince it to give up the Facenite in one chunk. Now, Cap, I don't know if it's my screen or if there's something else. Oops, I'm about to make a demonstration of something horrible here. That's what happens when you overcharge a rock. Well, we didn't. Most of that was unusable anyway, so. Another reason to have the roll. Yeah, it can take the hit. Let's see. What do we have over here? 10%. 1% Laranite. Not enthused by that one. 3% Laranite. Not thrilled by that one, but. Oh, plus we're like 400 some away from these anyway. Better heals, yes. So when you overcharge a rock, you aren't immediately dead. If that had happened in the Prospector, the distance I tend to be away in the Prospector, much gruesomeness would ensue. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the Facenite guys, because the Facenite guys, we can at least have consistency in our cargo capacity. And that gets me to the question I was getting ready to ask you before. Well, I'll have to ask him in a minute or so. What that means, however, is I will probably need to. Okay, as I feared, we're probably a little too far away from this guy. Which means I'm going to need to get us closer. No problem. I shall attempt to get us close enough that we can mine it with impunity. Of course, step one is I must be able to get up the ladder. Ladders are complicated. Alright, first things first. Angle down, and then to the left, and get closer. Whoa, who's this guy? 8% face knife. Oh, I can always angle myself this way. And angle up. Okay, I think I've gotten us into a position to hit some more rocks. May all my guesses be right. Into my seat. The seat of power. Or at least the seat of mining power. Activate. Oh, and I'm facing right where I want to go. 10% at Facenite, right here. Oh. That was weird. I was getting the mining laser effect, but I was on extraction. I'm 200 away, and Oh, I'm clearly hitting the asteroid because I can write my name Zoro here. Okay, something is happening because I saw the charge level flicker, so... Oh, good heavens. What I really want to do is get my laser overclocked. But it don't like me. It won't do it. Rude. Okay. Clearly, we're going to have to be practically right on top of these things. And that gets to be a little challenging, considering the fact that to get on top of these things, I can't be looking directly at it because I need to have lower lasers pointed at them. Now, the Prospector is fairly straightforward. The laser is practically right in front of you. It's easy. Alright, you stupid rock. If we can't crack you at this distance, we deserve not to break it. In any event, as I was trying to allude to earlier before multiple sidetracks happened, the one thing I noticed that I do not have on my mining HUD is a cargo filled indicator. Now, that might be because I am not the one who owns this ship. So it's perfectly possible that Cap sees how much we've filled up so far. That said, I'd be surprised if we filled up more than 50% so far. %17% at face night on this one. I like 17%. It has a happy sound. It's hidden behind the messages. Oh! Oh, you're absolutely right. Ha! So it's sacrifice chat or sacrifice my ability to see the cargo fill. Oh, this is disturbing. I'm at maximum power, and my charge level has not budged. It's only got a mass of 908, so I can't figure out. And that's just a part of my constant problems with mining lasers today. Yeah, see, Cap hits it and it's like, zam! It goes all the way up. I go down to 0 and it's still going up, so clearly my mining laser is garbage. I wonder if I damaged it when that asteroid blew up earlier. I should look. 43% face tonight. I usually prefer more percentages, but beggars can't be choosers. You know what? I'm beginning to think my mining laser is damaged, because I'm getting absolutely no throughput here. I'm seeing 0 0 cargo units transferring over. Where's the power button? It'll show me at least the health of this laser. I have a sneaking feeling that when I look at it, it's going to say 0% health or something horrible. No, it still says 100% health. Okay, there we go. This is a bad sign. Did you just explode something, Cap? Oh, I no longer have an angle on the stuff. I want, not unless extraction mode breaks things. So was I, according to my screen. Unless we're desynced up again. You know, so far the performance of the mold here today is not impressing me. At least not as far as a group mining platform, at any rate. Uh, 1% laranite versus 13% basanite. Well, what's the worst that can happen? I'm beginning to think that I'm somehow reversed. I'm beginning to wonder if my mining mode is actually extraction mode, and my extraction mode is actually my mining mode. Just for giggles, let's find out. Yeah, somehow, my interface is flipped around, so when I think I'm extracting, I'm in mining mode, and when I'm mining, I'm extracting. I am literally the exact opposite of what I should be doing. So, to answer your comment earlier, Cap, yes, I am putting Argo on the same level as Drake now. Yes. Well, there's only one possible fix I can think of offhand. And that is power off, power on. You know, the kind of thing you do for any computer. Now let's see what happens. Nope, that ain't it. Well, what have you missed? Well, I may have mentioned earlier that Star Citizen has as many bugs as the Starship Troopers movie. I've encountered one of them now, which is to say, mining has two modes. You have an extract mode, and you have a mining mode, a fracture mode. But somehow my interface seems to have gotten confused, so whenever my screen is showing me that I'm in fracture mode, it's trying to extract materials from the rock. If I have it in the extraction mode, it's actually trying to fracture the rock, which means I'm seeing the exact opposite of what I should be seeing. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one more solution. Well, that was satisfying. What I really need to do is hit the control panels. Stop shooting holes. I'm not shooting holes in the ship, just in certain interfaces, that's all. There is nothing to be worried about here. Besides, I'm limiting myself to the sidearm. I'm not using the heavy stuff at all. Yeah, let's do that. Our next stop is going to be the refinery deck. I'll let Cap finish up the rock he's working on, and I'll head up to the pilot chair. Because at least the piloting seat still works. Yes, I know that I am taunting fate by even making that statement, but nonetheless, I've made it. My mining laser hates me. Actually, I'm beginning to think mining lasers in general hate me today. Between Argo being a pain and my Prospector not even allowing me to load a mining laser on at all, I think I'm kind of taking it personally. You're good, okay. The closest mining station should be Crew L1, so we're gonna work our way there. Of course, the first step is trying to figure out where the heck there we are. It was a little hard to see the directional marker because there was an asteroid marker that was obscuring it just a little bit. So we are getting ready to jump to quantum travel. Now, Star Citizen at the moment encompasses but a single star system, the Stanton star system. While it may sound like a small area, it really isn't. We're going maybe like, I don't know, 2% of the speed of light maybe? 2 or 20, I can't remember which. I know that there was a 2 involved. So that allows 20%? It could be. Fast enough to travel quickly, but not fast enough to cause any little annoying relativistic effects. So we can actually traverse the entire star system in about, depending on the quantum drive we have on board, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, from one end of the system to the other. Oh, I should be able to quantum travel a little closer to the space station. No sense in going the whole 65 kilometers if we don't have to. We'll just abolish 40 of them.
Quantum travel complete.
But the fact that it takes that kind of time to travel between moon to moon or planet to planet, it does mean that you have a pretty good sense of scale, even within a single solar system. Now, in theory, we should be seeing the next solar system, which is going to be the Pyro solar system, either at the end of this year or the beginning of the next year, if all goes well. That could be considered famous last words, but it's something that we're all hoping for. Now, what we're doing right now is we're heading to a space station located at one of the Lagrange points around Crusader, because these stations have a refining deck, which will allow us to basically take out the ore, process it into a refined version, and, well, do the deed. See, Cap, Legend and I were talking a little bit ago about the need for a new game loop. I agree completely. Now, a lot of the game loops that they would like to do are kind of dependent on technologies that aren't available yet. We can't do the salvage loop without iCache, for example. Oh no, no, no! No! Not on 30K! We were so close! Oh, this hurts. This hurts. A server crash is incoming. Which means we're not going to be able to land this ship. Everything we've mined is going to be, well, we might still get lucky. No, we're not. No! Yes, we have crashed. That's one of the little hazards of Star Citizen as well. We often have what we laughingly refer to as 30Ks. And not to put too fine a point on it, the 30K is a server crash. It happens. Yeah, technically it could be 30 or 20K, but it's all the same thing. We end up wrecked. Incidentally, for those who are unfamiliar with this particular screen, I took this screenshot during an infamous event during the Intergalactic Expo, where I had two Origin 600Is spawn in the same hangar, and they began an unholy mating dance, and, well, you can see part of the results. What you don't see in the screen is the fact that shortly after, they both exploded. So, let's hop back in, and I should be spawning in we should both be spawning in at Olisar. Well, this has proven to be an interesting stream today, hasn't it? We finally managed to get some mining done, and then the server crashed. Just for giggles. Let's see if the Prospector has the miscellaneous tab after all. And it looks like I didn't pull Cap into my server either. Well, that's the story of life right there, isn't it? Miss Prospector. Still no miscellaneous tab. I got it. It's okay that you left me. Well, I think that this is probably a good place as any to call it a stream for today. Please join me next week, same time, Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where we will once again continue Star Citizen and hopefully have a little more success than we've had today. Cap is here after all. Right back at ya. I will also be streaming on Wednesday night on Star Trek Online. That will be from 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I thank everyone for watching, whether you are watching it live as it happens, or later on during a YouTube stream, or for as long as this stream lasts on Twitch. I hope to see you again next time. Thank you all very much. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.